Well, hello there, travellers, and welcome to my practice piano. So, basically this is the piano that I get to practice on, and then later I get to go out and perform. So I'm going to basically be telling you its history, and basically why this is probably one of my most favorite pianos ever created. So, as any pianist will be able to tell, it's an upright piano. Its full name is Wilhelm Menzel Hoflieferant Satons Property Limited. So basically I'll explain all that, don't worry. Because recently we got a piano tuner to come in and basically tune it on up so it should sound a-okay-ish. If you get any static, that's just because of how loud it is, so it will be clipping the noise field. But don't worry, it should sound pretty good. So this piano tuner told me its history. It was a lot, and I couldn't quite comprehend it all. But I remembered him telling me that the company that made this piano had a short time frame. So if there are any piano historians out there who are looking to see how the piano was made, I'll leave a link down below, which is a PDF about my source of where I've got this information about the hammers. So I'll get into that as well. So I'll get started on Wilhelm. So there are two different types of companies. Both companies are from Germany. And it's a surprise, but you'll see. So one of the companies is called Wilhelm Spether, and then the other one is called Wilhelm Schmechmal. I'm sorry, my German may not be the best, okay? But I'm trying, right? So my piano came from Wilhelm Spether. It is a restaurant in Germany now, but it used to build pianos from 1858 to 1917. So our piano is over 100 years old. And I'll tell you what narrows it down. That the third leg, down there, so basically that narrows it down to when the third leg was attached. Because the Wilhelm Spether, they didn't use 3 legs, they used 2 legs. So when the third leg came out in 1911, this means that the piano was made between 1911 and 1917. So it's a pretty short time frame, but hey, we got it, and I love it. I'll tell you about the history about the third leg. To explain it, if anybody is interested in knowing some piano history. A German craftsman who immigrated to the United States in the 1860s and became the main developer of our present felt hammers and soundboards. The most elementary facts about vibrating strings and acoustics of soundboards clearly demonstrated and explained by Helmholtz 50 years earlier. Just the things that Theodor Steinway had returned to Germany to learn from Helmholtz 40 years earlier were not yet comprehended by Dolge. So yeah, the source of basically where I got my information will be down below, PDF there, so you can have a read of it. It's called Chapter 3, Development of the Piano. It came from page 320, well, basically page 20, but the 3 is to say chapter 3 and whatnot, you know. So, under the heading, Suggestions for Further Study. So, there you go. So, the other company, called Wilhelm Schmechmal, started in 1885. This company is a German piano maker with factories in Braunschweig, Germany, and Calais, and Poland. The product line has been described as the most highly awarded German piano. Not ours, sadly, but our one's a little bit more valuable because now it's over 100 years old. I mean, who needs that stuff, am I right? But yeah, honestly, I don't really care. I'm actually happier the fact that I got this instead of the other one. So, Menzel is a piano type. So, Menzel upright piano. If you look it up, you can see the images of what that looks like. It's pretty obvious. If we have any German historians, hopefully you would be able to help me out with this one, which is Hoffly-Ferent. Hoffly-Ferent is a German history. The honoring Hoffly-Ferent precede quite different conditions which were regulated individually by the respective kingdoms, such as the Grand Duchess, Duchess and Principalities, which is basically the symbol on the piano, as you can see. And then Sutton's, which is the shop brand that sold it, which is why I say Sutton's Property Limited. So, there you go. Hopefully I could have some kind of German historian who's into kingdoms and could tell me where that symbol came from, because I would like to know. Other than that, I'll show you what it sounds like now. Okay, so this is what the piano sounds like. If I was to just play middle C, so there you go. As I've said before, if it clips, as I've said before, if it doesn't sound good, that's because it's clipping because of how loud I'm playing. My camera is quite sensitive to the mic pickup, so things like that. But anyway, so that's middle C. And if I was to play the left stick, the left leg, it doesn't really do anything. It does a little bit, but yeah, you get it. As for the middle leg, however, if I was to just play that, now here's the cool thing about why I love the middle leg so much, is because if I was to do something like this, it has its own measure, so that's why I pretty much like this one a lot. And then the last leg, clearly, one of the hardest things for pianos to do is to catch the reverb, like that. So it's really hard for pianos to do that, but if I was to say play both of the legs, both of these two legs at once, I would get something like this. Yeah, well there you go. So that's it fully down. But if I was to say put this on halfway, it would sound a lot better. As you can see, like I said, there's that gradient of how much bright do I want and how much do I not want. So that's what makes this piano very special, is because it has that kind of gradient, or basically nothing. So there you go. So for it being made all the way back between 1911 and 1917, over 100 years ago, crikey, I mean, that's just amazing, the fact that they were actually able to come up with such hammers, such soundboards. I mean, that's amazing. Anyways, that's me done showing off the piano, and now I'm going to be playing you a little piece just to show how it sounds like in action. So I'll see you then. So I'm going to be playing for you Beethoven, the third movement. If I was to play the whole thing, we'll be here forever, basically. So I'm just going to play you a little bit, so then you get the idea. This piano's also helped me a lot with my compositions. And other than that, I'll see you in the next adventure.